Hello and welcome to another episode of Scope. I'm Tracy Pa. Sir Julius Chan's legacy is intricately woven into the fabric of Papua New Guinea's history and development. As one of the nation's founding fathers, he played a pivotal role in guiding the country through its formative years after achieving independence from Australia in 1975. Sir Julius passed on January 30th in his home village in Hurish, Manmantinut, Namatanai district. There his body was finally laid to rest on February 6th, exactly a week later.
Sir Julius Chan was the second Prime Minister of Papua New Guinea and the first Minister for Finance. He is known as the father of the PNG currency. Sir Julius served as Prime Minister twice, from 1994 to 1997 and earlier from 1976 to 1977. His leadership during critical periods advocated for national unity and the strengthening of democratic institutions. On January 30, 2025, Sir Julius's family confirmed in a brief statement that the last man standing passed away peacefully at his home village of Manmantinut in the Namatanai district of New Ireland province at 12:30 p.m. surrounded by his family and friends. Prime Minister James Marape, upon hearing the sad news, announced it to the nation during the launch of the country's 50th anniversary logo in Port Moresby.
For me and Rachel, we were privileged to have sat with him in my first 5 years as a journeyman into politics. I was under the words of People's Progress Party. He endorsed me in 2002 for Tari. He endorsed me in 2003 with the Honorable Dr. Alan Marat for Tari again. I have a lot of fond memories of him. My affinity to him is much deeper than most think of. I know three of his sons at a personal level. One is a close friend. And so, I also share in the loss very, very deeply. I never knew. Yesterday in cabinet, I talked about Somare and was emotional. And today we're losing the last man standing. And it's a reflection for all of us as leaders. We're surely in moment of transition. It is now our time to rise up, leave personal interests, leave bickerings, petty politics aside. Let's rise up, put the country first, and lift it up. Progress our country in honor of these great men who are passing by us. He remains the last man standing. He's passed. I want to ask to honor him properly in being good stewards of our people's leadership mandate conferred on us.
The Prime Minister reflected on Sir Julius's distinguished career, highlighting key moments in his leadership, including being the first leader to ascend to the role through a successful vote of no confidence.
Sir Julius stood in many of the monumental moments of our nation's 49-year history thus far. Before you make up independent logo, present lo United Nations, also me ready, somebody talk Sir Julius. You go talk. First plus send up him talk to the United Nations, Sir Julius walk him. 1975, time somebody send up long canoe, lo pool, lo sem canoe, Sir Julius am sit down inside the canoe, also one right hand man. The first architect of our financial institution and economy, Sanabim Central Bank, Bonim Kina Natoya, one block power block country, Savantavlo Mountain. Name block and I'm stop yet. Only 3 plus surviving man in the independent era of stop yet.
On January 31st, 2025, Sir Julius's casket was flown from TVWAN to Port Moresby. A large contingent of government officials, leaders, close friends, and family were there to receive him. Sejay served in politics until 1997 as the MP for Namatanai. He was a popular choice and won elections from 1968 to 1992, but he lost the seat in 1997. At his death, tributes flooded in from all over the country and the world. His Majesty King Charles III sent his condolences as well. Having lost the Namatanai open seat in 1997, Sejay shifted in 2002 to contest the New Island provincial seat but lost. However, he won in 2007 and then in every election since up to and including 2022. At his funeral, his children spoke highly of his patriotism in saving the country.
Me firstborn, me got triple brother. Me like talk sour Sam. Papa blow me, so give me pla vision. And so I talk pilai lo me pla, about me scaling short story, like make him long. And point him me pla 4 pla lo make him big pla heavy, he come up now lo make him hammer mastete. So me like remind him you pla all geta. People are all sorry, me sawe, me sorry too, all family sorry. But me like reminding you long hamamas long this life long em got vision. Na vision he come long me 4 long making this walk about. Me got brother blong me Byron. He's a man of consideration and he appointed him to do all the custom duties. My brother Mark, we didn't realize that today was his birthday. Na makimem long day blongem long lay and rest. Mark brother blomi Mark. And by finishing talk blomi, brother blomi last born brother blomi Toya. Em pointing mem stop blongem long last days blongem. Nem kissing vision blongem long love, strong in bell, na unity.
On Monday, February 3rd, Sejay was brought to Parliament House for the lie-in state ceremony. Sir Julius spent the second half of his political career advocating for more provincial autonomy. His real challenge with New Island's aspirations was with the TVWAN and Namatanai MPs. While Sir Julius introduced some important provincial initiatives, including an AIDS pension and enhanced health care via an Australian NGO, there was no consensus among the province's political elite and the province floundered. Still, as he lay in the Grand Hall, the country's leaders and the diplomatic corps paid respects to this visionary leader. According to the Australian National University research on Sir Julius's political career, Sir Julius is described as one the most influential policymakers of his generation, having achieved a lot in economic, industrial, and foreign policy. During the 2016 ANU launch of Sir Julius's memos, Playing the Game, former Australian High Commissioner to PNG Bill Farmer referred to Sir Jay's decisiveness, capacity to cut through, plain speaking, and readiness to engage frankly. At his death, Sir Julius was given the highest respect from the government of Australia by having the Australian Defence Force fly his casket back to New Island. One of Sir Julius's most important economic policy initiatives was his introduction of the Ad Kina policy, a commitment not to depreciate the currency. It worked for a while but fell victim to poor economic policy and tough times. Ironically, it was Sejay who, having fixed the kina in 1975, floated it in 1994. He said in his memo that he regretted this decision but had no choice given the balance of payment crisis the country was facing.
Stay tuned. We continue with our story of Sir Julius' legacy and his final trip home to Hurish, and later Sir Michael Sumara's NRL dream realized after 16 years.
On February 4, 2025, the New Ireland Provincial Administration hosted a memorial service at the TVWAN Stadium for Sedzay's people to come together and celebrate his life. More customary obligations and tributes followed thereafter.
Sorry, gawan na ilu simipla long display time. Tugsaway stop.
Mitu mi mas lokam sanapan temtupla women leaders blami plalo province. We blal Mary na Veronica Chikidena ma plantil Mary women leaders bla province. Mi pla can miss him right now. Mi pla miss him true. I mean miss him lo life bla mi plana. Mi play sorry true it's a time lo come. Now join him our people in New Ireland to finally farewell him and say goodbye to him.
On February 5, 2025, Sir Julius's casket departed TVWAN for good. While hours counted down to his burial, there was still more to be said and done, including the passing on of his chieftaincy title to his son Byron. Byron is the third child to Sir Julius and Lady Stella Chen. He was a member of his father's party, People's Progress Party, and represented the people of Namatanai Open in the PNG National Parliament from 2002 to 2017. He was defeated by his cousin Walter Snowbelt at the 2017 elections. This chieftaincy ritual was carried out by maimais or chiefs bestowed to Byron to carry on his father's legacy.
In front of public, from Central New Ireland, we are handing over everything that we have. It is now one them long.
While Byron accepted the title, he handed it back to the elder maimais to decide who would better carry the title and his father's legacy.
You plop it, put him in. No 1968. Now holy mem come up now. This time now. Emi lusi mi pla. Target go back. Long you. Long leadership. Long central.
After almost 300 kilometers of traveling, the funeral party arrived in Manmantinut with Sir Julius's casket at 10 p.m. The final celebration of life, former president of the autonomous region of Bougainville, Dr. John Momis, described Sir Julius Chen as a strong proponent of economic development and modernization in PNG, whose policies focused on improving infrastructure, education, and health care. He said Sir Julius was also instrumental in efforts to bring peace to Bougainville during the devastating civil conflict in the late 1980s and throughout the 1990s. His commitment to addressing the grievances of the Bougainville people and facilitating dialogue was significant in achieving lasting peace.
We feel privileged, straight, long come Sapwantem family, people belong New Ireland, our leader, belong Papua New Guinea, led by the Prime Minister himself, our Minister belong him. Long bid farewell, long one leader belong Papua New Guinea, the Papa belong Papua New Guinea. Mitula said, Ulysses, I disagree on something. But in all, me believe too long consultative and consensual mode of decision making is the best if you want to have a team.
We always respect each other.
Yeah, I know that.
Chemistry.
That's right.
Our comradeship.
Yeah.
I respect his values.
A close ally of founding leaders, Pius Wingti, said Sir Julius championed the vision of a sovereign and self-reliant PNG and its cultural identity. Wingti says Sergei's determination to fulfill these ideals leaves an indelible mark on the nation.
My friend, the people of Papua New Guinea will miss you. Your family will miss you. My family will miss you. I shall. Sitting across you at your home on many occasions, I used to go to Api's house, even when I was Prime Minister. We're enjoying a simple breakfast and a hot cup of tea, looking down to Hella Beach and out across that wide blue sea, always concerned about our country and our people. I will miss that, my friend. Goodbye, Julius Chen.
During his time as Prime Minister, he faced numerous challenges, including political unrest and economic difficulties. However, his resilience and determination helped shape the nation's path forward. The impact of Sir Julius Chen's contributions can still be seen in present-day PNG, inspiring current and future leaders to strive for unity, development, and progress for the nation. Sir Julius Chen was born on April 17, 1939, in New Ireland Province. His passing marks the end of an era, but his legacy will undoubtedly endure through the countless lives he influenced and the foundations he helped build. At around 2 p.m., Sergei was laid to rest in his tomb on his property at Manmantinut. He was a family man, deeply loved by his children and grandchildren.
The nation has been beating your tune, to your jumping, to your wish. We all, without knowing, have been on Sergei's time. Sergei, we Papua New Guinea, as one nation, are on time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Dad, it's perfect. God bless you.
We end our program with Sir Michael's dream of PNG being in the NRL, realized 16 years later. That's next. Wednesday, February 19, 2025, signified the formal signing ceremony to further endorse and confirm Papua New Guinea's entry into Australia's National Rugby League, the NRL, in 2028. In his keynote address, Prime Minister James Marape took time to honor and pay special tribute to PNG's founding father, the late Grand Chief Sir Michael Somare, for his wisdom in proposing the initial NRL bid idea back in 2008 to his Australian counterpart, Kevin Rudd.
It is now common knowledge that Papua New Guinea is the 18th team in the Australian National Rugby League NRL in 3 years' time from now. Since last year's big announcement in Sydney between the Prime Minister of Australia, Anthony Albanese, PNG Prime Minister James Marape, and Australian Rugby League boss Peter V'landers, there's no turning back.
As PNG embarks on this new chapter in its sports history, it stands poised to make its mark in the NRL, contributing to the richness of the competition while fostering national pride and unity.
I want to appreciate Australia government for the bilateral security agreement we signed. It was signed 1 year earlier than these announcements. It is all working hand in hand, neatly, to make sure Port Moresby safe, PNG safe. So come 2028, I can give you, bet my life on this. I want to bet my life on this. It is in my own national interest to make sure PNG is safer. I have daughters and I have children who will live in PNG forever. And the catalyst to make it urgent for me right now is a 3-year window I have to 2028. And we want to make it safe for our players. We want to recruit the best players available. We're also nurturing the younger ones to be nurtured to play. And so it is, for me, this is transformational. The bilateral security agreement dovetails neatly into this one. Training police, PNG police, to work side by side, and in the long run, it just gels in very well.
What this is about isn't just the elite level. This is about the grassroots level. It's about economic development. It's about our relationship between our peoples. And it provides, as sport often does, an opportunity for people to succeed not just in sport but in life. And that is why this partnership that we're announcing today isn't just about Papua New Guinea, it's also about our relationship with the Pacific. The partnership will support young people in the Pacific, girls and boys, women and men, to play rugby league with a focus on PNG, but also on Fiji, Tonga and Samoa. It will complement our existing health and education programs in the Pacific and create new opportunities for women and girls to get involved too. This Pacific Rugby League partnership and my government's support for a PNG team in the NRL shows we're serious about working with our Pacific partners, dare I say it, our Pacific family members, on the aspirations that we have.
The journey from Sir Michael Somare's initial bid in 2008 to the formal endorsement of PNG as the 18th team is a testament to the power of vision and perseverance.
In his keynote address at the recent signing ceremony, Prime Minister Marape reaffirmed the significance and transformative power of sport in uniting the nation, with particular emphasis on rugby league's role in fostering national cohesion. He acknowledged the challenges posed by the current law and order situation, but expressed optimism that having a team in the NRL would serve as a unifying force regardless of the diverse cultures and traditions.
Speaking at 2025, at the 50th anniversary of our nationhood, it is now time for all the sons of this land to defend this land, because it is really our daughters who need our support the greatest. The crafters of our constitution, the composers of our national anthem,
was given deep insight by God to see the problems in 2025. Your Prime Minister alone cannot fix this. Your ministers alone cannot fix this. It starts from the floor up as we come from the top down. Let's meet halfway. The halfway spot, halfway space is older sons respecting daughters, respecting this country.
However, amidst all hype and excitement about the development of the new PNG NRL franchise, skepticism from naysayers continue about the government's priority and how it is addressing the spiraling law and order situation and the high cost of living that's creating a lot of anxiety and fear in communities. Back in 2008, Sir Michael initially committed 20 million kina to start the bidding process towards joining the NRL. Both Sir Michael and Mr. Rudd agreed to pursue the bid as a joint program. It would include building an international standard stadium, securing television rights, and helping officials and players reach the level required for the NRL. Amid all these important discussions, then PNG Kumul coach Bob Bennett suggested that PNG enter the QRL first to prove themselves. And sure enough, Bennett's wise advice followed through. In his capacity as National Sports Minister, Konika Feo said PNG has taken its rightful place in the NRL, the premier rugby league competition in the region and the world.
It is with great honor and immense pride that I stand before you today as we witness a historic moment, one that will be etched into the hearts of our people for generations to come. Today, Papua New Guinea takes its rightful place in the National Rugby League, the premier rugby league competition of our region and, of course, of the world. This is more than just a sporting achievement. It is a national milestone that unites our people, strengthens our friendship with Australia, and reaffirms our identity at the world stage.
On behalf of the Australian government, outgoing Australian High Commissioner to PNG, John Fix, and NRL legend Cameron Smith, during the occasion of the signing, offered their support, saying this would give young boys and girls in PNG a platform to pursue their dreams and other opportunities in life.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the implementation and hard work begins to create a franchise that will be owned and led by Papua New Guinea, to recruit the best players, staff and management by offering a chance to play for a one-country team, and to give a platform for young boys and girls in communities across the country to play rugby league and pursue their dreams. To the government of Papua New Guinea and to the people of Papua New Guinea, congratulations to you all. I look forward to the team's success and to the opportunities that lie ahead for Papua New Guinea. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Good luck to everyone involved. I look forward to the 2028 season and the PNG team competing in the NRL. Let's go, boys.
Australia's commitment is $600 million of taxpayers' money to help establish and operate a new PNG NRL team come 2028.
If you have an interesting story you'd like to share with Scope, send us an email. You can also watch the rerun of this episode on our YouTube page. Until next Sunday, I'm Tracy Pa. See you then.